Campus that's undergoing some construction, but we're able to play Lady Patriots softball. I'm Patrick Wooten. Here is the MRA Lady Patriots. It's their first full game this season. They played 3 one-hour games up in the Holmes Community College Invitational over the weekend and went 2-0-1. So we're taking on Tri-County. So Summer DeVille leading off for Tri-County, left-hander. Takes strike one from Sienna Smith, who is pitching. Smith pitching, Simmons catching, Barlow at first, Fisher at second. You've got May Dismuke at short, Liza Reynolds at third. High ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. A little different setup with all the construction going on as they are adding a girls' locker room and some coaches' rooms and other things. So there are no stands directly behind. High ball two, behind the field where we've always been set up for all the years as the construction continues. So we are down the first base foul line, kind of right where the baseball infield meets the outfield. There's a shot to center field. Wooten's under it, makes the catch. So an F8 there to start the ball game with Summer DeVille. In steps Shay Grantham, who is the second baseman, number 5. So right-handed batter. There's a strike. The outfield is Bosarge in left, Wooten in center, and Laney May in right field, a new addition to the squad. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one was low and skipped in there. High ball 2. Oh, assuming that was, according to home plate number, that was just outside. So 3 balls and 1 strike to Shay Grantham. Again, softball is a 7-inning game. There are some mercy rules in place. Fouled off strike 2, so a full count to Grantham from Smith. So the MRA squad senior heavy for the first time in eons. 6 seniors on the diamond for the Lady Pats. We had no seniors last year. There's one hit to left field. Bosarge makes the catch. So 2 outs, 2 fly balls. So you have senior catcher, senior pitcher, senior first baseman, senior second baseman. Then you have a senior shortstop and senior center fielder starting this game today. That was high for ball 1 to to Reagan Jones, who is the third baseman. There's fouled off. So you've had the shortstop, the second baseman, and now the third baseman coming up to bat here for Tri-County at the start of this ball game. Not much of a breeze. 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on for Tri-County here in the top of the first inning. Fouled off again. So count remains 1-2 with 2 outs. Smith looking for a 1-2-3 inning to start this ball game. There's the payoff pitch. It's high. So 2-2. 1 to Burgess. Paints the bunt, takes a strike, safe, and stealing second is Jones. And that was a ball. That looked like a strike from way out here, but Blue behind the plate says nope, so it's a 2-0 count. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second now for. There's a strike. You can hear the pop of the catcher's mitt all the way out here down the right field line. So Smith humming that ball in there. High. Jones taking a huge lead from second. So a 3-1 count to Burgess. Reimer, the left fielder, on deck. Fouled off, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So, but with the construction, fans, unfortunately, are just baking in the sun here. A lot along the outfield fence, some along the left, fouled off again along the third base foul line, just beyond the visitors' dugout where they've built a little deck that's got some stands in it and a little standing deck area. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second for Tri-County. Oh, just got a piece of that high fastball. Just barely foul-tipped it. Very patriotic bat that Burgess has. It's a red, white, and blue bat that she has. Tri-County in their red shirts, white pants, red socks. MRA in their white shirts, navy blue pants, and white socks. Payoff pitch. There's one that's going to get caught by Laney May. A nice running in catch. So catches it right there. So all 3 outs recorded are flyouts. 1 to the left fielder, 1 to the center fielder, 1 to the right fielder. And after half an inning, it's 0-0. And we'll be back after this.
Hey, my name is Catherine Moss. I'm head of sales at Mississippi Smart Homes. And the problem with smart home technology is that a lot of people don't know it's out there and they don't know how to use it. That's why we have a showroom located in Ridgeland, Mississippi, where you can touch, see, and feel all of our products. So if you're interested but don't know where to start, particularly if you're building a new construction, stop by the showroom today. I'd love to help and show you all the full services that we have to offer, because at the end of the day, no one truly does what we do.
Small town courtrooms to the Mississippi Supreme Court. Our attorneys have over 60 years experience litigating cases all across Mississippi. The odds say you'll need an attorney at some point. And when you do, you can have the home field advantage with your hometown lawyers right around the corner from MRA. Gladden and Ingram, attorneys at law.
And we're back from the campus of Madison Ridgeland Academy. May Dismuke, Brooke Bosarge, Sienna Smith, your first 3 batters. So that's your shortstop, left fielder, and your pitcher. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So Burgess humming that fastball in there. This is Dismuke's first action of the season. She was out of town, inside, I guess. Ball 1 for the Holmes Community College tournament, but she is one of the 6 seniors on the squad. MRA went 2-0-1 up in Holmes. High ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike to Dismuke, the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the first. Outside, ball 3. So 3 balls, 1 strike. There's a shot to center field, and the center fielder is tall and makes a jumping catch there, but it was a hard hit ball by Dismuke. Center fielder actually had to go to her left and back and jumped and made the catch. So Brooke Bosarge, the left fielder, steps in. So we've had 4 outs in this game, and they've all been caught by an outfielder. 3 for MRA and now 1 for Tri-County. Strike 1 to Bosarge. Strike 2 to Bosarge. That's low, rolls in there. So try to, my guess is a change up. Slipped out of Burgess's hand and hit about 3 feet in front of home plate. Like we mentioned, really good crowd here. So glad to see the first home game, a good turnout supporting the MRA Lady Pats. Only the 2nd season they've been on campus. Down on strikes goes Bosarge swinging. So in steps Sienna Smith. So pitcher v. pitcher. Chrissy Jo Simmons on deck. Strike 1 to Smith. So Burgess has gotten a first pitch strike to all 3 batters for MRA. That's high, ball 1. Fouled back by Smith, so the count goes 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. I could definitely see this being a low-scoring affair. Little chopper foul into the Tri-County dugout on the third base side by Smith, so the count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fouled off again. Smith stays alive. Reminiscent of the number 3 batter for Tri-County in the top of the inning who fouled off a number of pitches and ultimately drew a walk. Outside, so the count goes even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. First-year head coach for MRA, Tyler Parvin. But he's been an assistant for a couple years here, so definitely the girls very familiar with him. And Josh Gilreath. Chad Lipscomb, there's a single to left field by Smith. And then pitching coach Macy Funderburk. So Smith gets a single to left. And steps Chrissy Jo Simmons, the catcher. So first hit of the ball game belongs to MRA. Simmons with a very deliberate pre-at-bat ritual. Takes high for ball 1. Yeah, we are set up here in the right on the edge of the batting cages at MRA. Oh, ball just squirted away from the catcher, but not far enough for Smith to advance. So the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. So 2-0 count, runner at first. three. Oh, they called the blue called the high strike there. I thought it was going to be 3-0, but it's 2-1 with 2 outs. Smith at first base. High ball 3. So 3-1 count. MRA could have put a courtesy runner in for Sienna Smith as she's the pitcher, but have chosen not to. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Chrissy Jo Simmons calls time and then steps back in the right-handed batter's box. Oh, just fouls off, trying to check her swing and just got a piece of it. So it may have been ball 4 or it could have been a high strike depending on which way blue was feeling. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, which does mean Smith can be off with the pitch here. Oh, and down looking goes Simmons. So MRA 1 hit, no runs, strand 1 after 1. It is 0-0, and we'll be back after this.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
And we're back here from the campus of MRA. A little change in the lineup for the Lady Pats. So Sonny Hawkins is now at second base, which is where Abby Fisher was. Abby Fisher is now in right field. Wooten is still in center, but Lainey May, who is in right field, is now in left. So Brooke Bosarge, who was in the field, that's a bunt attempt by Ansley Reimer, which goes foul. So Bosarge is out, so don't have any word from the dugout as to the reason. So Smith pitching, Simmons catching, Barlow first, Hawkins second, Dismuke short, Reynolds third. Fouled off for strike 2 to Reimer. And then, of course, the outfield now, Lainey May in left, Rosemary Wooten in center, Abby Fisher in right. Hit to Dismuke. She makes the throw. Got her. Just got her. So 6-3 grounded. The Tri-County coach wanted her to be safe, and it was a close play as Dismuke had to turn her back for a second to field it and then turn around, but fires a strike to Barlow with a nice stretch for the first out of the top of the second. In steps Brentley Berry, the center fielder. Takes low ball 1. Berry, who made a really good running catch for the first out in the bottom of the first inning. Low ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes, nobody on, 1 out here in the top of the second. Hit to third, fielded by Reynolds, thrown across, and they get her again on the 5-3 ground out. So another close play as Tri-County players are hustling down the line, and Reynolds double clutch but fired it across. So in steps Berkeley Wallace, the designated player, which is equivalent to a designated hitter. She is a left-handed batter. Swing and a miss, strike 1. So I will say it is nice as I am in the shade here at the ballpark. Strike 2, got the low outside corner, so Wallace quickly behind 0-2. Swing and a miss, foul tip. So down on strikes goes Wallace. So 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left for Tri-County. And after 1.5, it's 0-0, and we'll be back.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
And we're back from Patriot Field here on the campus of Madison Ridgeland Academy in beautiful Madison, Mississippi. Barlow Wooten, the first 2 scheduled batters here in the ball game. So senior, back to back. Low ball 1 to Barlow. So you'd love MRA to get the top of the order, or the top of the order as in here in the second inning on board. Kind of set the table to let the batters behind them have a chance. Fouled off, strike 1 by Barlow. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Slight breeze blowing on the American and Mississippi flag going from right field toward left field, but it is ever so faint. Oh, Barlow swung it. 1 in the dirt, or in the turf dirt, so 1 ball, 2 strikes. Takes high, even the count up at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Neither team has put their leadoff batter on. Tri-County not through 2 innings, MRA the first, hoping to break that schneid here in the bottom of the second. Low, ball 3. So Barlow's done a good job of working the count full. The 6 senior banners just out there in left field, kind of right on the opposing team's bullpen fence. Fouled off by Barlow to stay alive. So the count remains full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So again, Georgia Burgess pitching for Tri-County. Takes the ball. That should be ball 4, and it is. And Barlow works a walk, does a good job of fouling off some pitches. So the first leadoff batter of the game for either team gets up. Wooten, number 22, steps in. I know the coaches have been talking to her about her batting approach, so we'll see if that has helped her. Takes strike one. Back to the pitcher. Double clutches. So fielder's choice. So, but Barlow does advance to second. So 1-3 ground out.
Seventh batter, number 6, Abby Fisher.
So another senior steps up. So a trifecta of seniors here. And MRA with only one out has a runner in scoring position. Takes ball one. High, ball two. Eliza Reynolds on deck. So catcher calls time, and also out comes the Tri-County coach to have a conference with Burgess, the pitcher, as well as everyone in the infield. So Barlow trots over to Coach Parvin at the third base box to have a conversation, as does Abby Fisher. So 2 balls, no strikes to Fisher. 1 out. Stella Barlow stands at second here in the bottom of the second in a 0-0 ball game. Strike one, but it looks like Fisher was taking all the way, so 2 balls, 1 strike. A turf field here at MRA. So the grass areas are green. What would be considered dirt, because this is also the baseball field, is brown turf. Big cut by Fisher for strike 2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Barlow at second. Down on strikes goes Fisher. So Eliza Reynolds steps in.
Batting eighth, the third baseman, number 17, Eliza Reynolds.
With Laney May on deck. Strike 1 to Reynolds. So again, Barlow stands at second, now with 2 outs. I'm already looking for a 2-out base hit, high. So 1 ball, 1 strike. So MRA in their 3 games up in Goodman, Mississippi on Friday and Saturday scored 10 runs in the first game, 3 runs in the second, 5 in the third. Big cut by Reynolds, 1 and 2. So they won 10-0, tied 3-3, and then won 5-1. Change up, but low, so the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner at second for MRA. Here in the bottom of the second. Ball 3. Tri-County folks wanted that pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Barlow at second, Reynolds batting. Down on strikes goes Reynolds to end the threat. So 1 left, no runs, no hits. After 2, it's 0-0, and we'll be back after this.
Motion is what connects us to our world, to each other, and us. We were born to keep you in motion, however you decide to do so.
We carry a wide variety of Continental passenger and light truck SUV tires. Take to the road with confidence and install Continental brand tires on your vehicle today.
Tire Pros. Love the drive.
And we're back from Madison Ridgeland Academy in lovely Madison, Mississippi. So 8, 9, and 1 for the batters for Tri-County here at the top of the 3rd inning in a scoreless game. High ball 1. Smith continues to pitch. Simmons catching. Barlow at first. You have Fisher back at second. There's a little flare that's just out of the reach of Fisher, so a little seeing eye single for Riley. So Fisher's at second, Dismuke is at short, Reynolds is at third. You back to having Bosarge in left, Wooten in center, and May in right. So it looks like you may kind of have a little triumvirate of players swapping in and out between innings. Ball 1 to Merritt Jordan, the number 9 batter, and then you flip to the top of the order for Tri-County. You would probably expect a potential sacrifice here. If you're Smith, you're hoping for either a double play or a strikeout. There's a bunt foul for strike 1. High ball 2. What you don't want is a free pass. And then outfield now is Bosarge left, Wooten center, as we said, and back to Laney May in right. So the defensive alignment is back to what it was at the start of the game. There's a little high foul ball out of play that literally hits off of the football bleachers that are behind the Tri-County dugout on the third base side, as well as the stands and the deck they have built over there. MRA has. Well, the construction is ongoing. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. They get 1, so they get the fielder's choice. So out at second is Riley. So 5-4. So Jordan is now at first. There's 1 out. In steps Summer DeVille, who hit a fly ball. There's a bunt. They get her out. So they do advance Jordan to second, but it's a 1-3 put out. And Shay Grantham steps in, Sky Grantham, excuse me. Bad when you can't read your own writing, folks, but Sky Grantham, who flew out to left field in the top of the first. Takes ball 1. So Tri-County is trying to do what MRA could not in the bottom of the second. They have a runner at second and 2 outs, trying to get that first run of the game. And they're going to do it, as it is a single to right field, actually maybe a double to right field. So good hustle. Grantham hustling all the way. The run comes around, so Jordan scores. Grantham on a softly hit liner to right center just took off like a rocket and went for second all the way and made it, beat the throw. So it's now 1-0 Tri-County. There's one foul down the first base line for strike 1 to Reagan Jones. So 2 outs. Now you have Grantham standing at second after 1 run's in. Change up that floated in there high, so 1 ball, 1 strike to Jones. So Tri-County now leads 1-0. They've got 2 base hits on the game. MRA has 1. High, ball 3. Sorry, excuse me, ball 2. So 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Fouled, out of play, so the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Boom, down on strikes looking goes Reagan Jones to end the threat. So, but they do get a run, and after 2.5, it's Tri-County 1, MRA 0. We'll be back after this.
2 balls and 1 strike to the batter. Here comes the pitch.
Hey, can you sit somewhere else?
Yeah!
You're too big. I don't care, you're too big.
Here, take it!
Can't even see.
Do the Ravens have it this year? Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? Tell hard.
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. Let's go. Oh, you know we got it. That's right. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us, 'cause
And we're back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. MRA now finds itself trailing 1-0. So Laney May steps in. 9-hole hitter. She's been a nice addition to the MRA team this season. Takes low, ball 1. It's a big cut for strike 1. Yeah, it looks like runs are definitely going to be at a premium in this ball game. Inside, 2-1. Strike two. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off to stay alive, so the count remains 2-2. So May's ready. Here's the payoff pitch from Burgess. Just inside. The catcher thought that was strike 3, but no, home plate umpire said not so fast. So the count goes full to May. May calls time. There's a little pop flare hit to third base, so a pop up to the third baseman for the first out of the third inning. So Dismuke, so we go back to the top of the order. Dismuke flew out to center, but it was a really good catch by the center fielder, running and even with a little jump at the end to make the catch. Swing and a miss, change up there. Strike 1. Low, ball 1. Little chopper between. It's error. It's an error, throwing error by the shortstop, and Dismuke takes second. So an E6 was going to be a close play, as it was a slow dribbler to the right of the pitcher, or as the batter looks at the left of the pitcher. So Bosard steps in. Lays down a beautiful bunt to the pitcher. So a sacrifice advances Dismuke. So 2 outs, and Sienna Smith steps in, who singled. So an opportunity for her as the pitcher to help her cause and bring this game back all square. Fouled into the netting behind home plate for strike 1. So Smith singled to left field in the first inning. Strike 2. Paints the inside corner, so Smith finds herself in an 0-2 hole. Burgess has recorded 4 strikeouts in the game. Smith has recorded 2. Chopper foul down the third base line. Count remains no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Dismuke standing at third for MRA. MRA trailing 1-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. Pretty good hole between third base and the shortstop. Just fights off a pitch that tailed away from her. She's got the end of the bat on it and dribbled it foul down the first base line. So the count remains no balls, 2 strikes. Again, 2 outs. MRA trying to get that 2-out run across like Tri-County did in the top of the inning. There's one dead balls that hit off of Smith's leg in the batter's box, fielded by the third baseman. So advantage MRA there that it first went off Smith's leg. Again, back to the pitcher. So 1-3, ground out ends the threat. So MRA strands one, scores none, and after 3 they trail 1-0, and we'll be back after this.
Introducing the all-new Acura ADX.
Take your vibes and go, 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 go. Take your vibes and go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes and go. And go. Take your vibes and go, go.
The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy.
Take your vibes and go.
At C-Spire, we've never waited on the future. We've built it. By harnessing the power of advanced technology to transform how we all live and work. Elevating connected living, accelerating tomorrow's business growth, and leading the AI revolution. All while staying true to our core purpose. You. Think we're done? Just wait. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
And we are back. Madison, Mississippi. We go to the top of the 4th inning. It's Tri-County 1, MRA 0. Kind of the even inning swap defensively for MRA continues as Sonny Hawkins has gone to second. Abby Fisher's now in right, and Brooke Bosarge is in left field. Fouled back. This is the 4, 5, and 6 batters. So this is pitcher v. pitcher here. Fouled back for strike 1. There's one hit. Wooten in center field makes the catch. So Reimer, who grounded out to the shortstop in a very close play. There's a little dribbler right up the middle, fielded. That's going to be safe. She beats out the ball that goes right behind second, a little dribbler, infield dribbler. And Reimer's got a lot of speed. Wouldn't be shocked if we see a stolen base attempt here by Reimer. Barry grounded out to third base back in the 2nd inning, and there's the hit to right field. So in that throw, unfortunately, allows the runner to advance to second. So you weren't going to get Reimer, so trying to get her at third lets Barry go to second on the throw. So you lost the double play aspect with the throw, right? Because Reimer was stealing. So Macy Funderburk comes out, is having a conversation with Sienna Smith in the pitching circle. So you do have Berkeley Wallace coming in. Wallace did strike out. It's one of the 2 strikeouts in the game. So Funderburk's done having a conversation with Smith. So if you're MRA, dream scenario, you keep them to 0. A really good scenario is you limit them to only putting 1 run across here with runners at second and third and only 1 out in the inning. Low. Ball one, nice stop by Simmons. Chopper back to the pitcher. Oh, Smith tried to do the old faintaroo where she tried to hang up the runner at third. But unfortunately, Wallace is hurt and is hurt badly down on the turf beyond first base. But, yeah, Smith tried to field it, tried to catch the runner going down to home. Runner wasn't moving enough, so then she threw it to first, but threw it wide. So it's the E1 that puts Wallace at first. And on the throwing error, it let Reimer score. And now you have Barry standing at third. Yeah, Wallace in a lot of pain there, laying about 15 feet beyond first base on the turf. Kind of went down, looked like she kind of grabbed her knee. So coaches for Tri-County around her. Still on the turf. Coaches, she's sitting up now. So putting very little pressurized arm around coaches as she's actually they're carrying her off. So thoughts and prayers to that young lady. So to reset the action, and MRA's got to take a deep breath and focus. You're going to have whoever courtesy runs for Wallace is going to be at first base. You're going to have Barry is at third base. There's one out. There's one run in here in this top of the fourth inning. So it's 2-0. So number so that looked like maybe Shepard actually was pinch hitting. I keep saying Wallace, but that may have been Shepard who pinch hit. Because now it looks like there's number 32, which on the roster from last year was Wallace. So Presley Riley steps in. She hit a little Texas League single to very short right field, which was out of the reach of the second baseman at the time, Abby Fisher, who tried to make a running grab. There's a bunt. Foul ball. Man, it popped up in the air. Simmons did a good job of trying to crowd, but it popped up in front of the plate and then went foul before it was touched. That would have been a huge second out if she could have managed to catch that little pop foul bunt. Strike two. So Smith quickly ahead, 0-2. The 9-hole hitter on deck who hit into a fielder's choice. Here's one caught. Double play. Boy, that is nice. So a little line out to the second baseman. And then the courtesy runner at first had taken off, so they double her up. So, boy, MRA gets out of that inning by only giving up 1 run. So they trail after 3.5, 2-0, and we'll be back after this.
Quality, integrity, and excellence. Kincaid's Fine Clothing, Old Town Square, Ridgeland.
There was a time when a person's word was enough. A time when a handshake meant something and integrity really mattered. For over 70 years, the values of Farm Bureau Insurance have been rooted in hard work, faith, and family. In that time, we've seen the world change in many ways. What hasn't wavered is Farm Bureau Insurance's commitment to protect our customers' way of life and serve the communities in which they live when they need us most. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
We're back here in the bottom of the 4th. MRA trailing 2-0. But you got 4, 5, 6 coming up for the Lady Pats, who are looking to get that 0 off the scoreboard. But the pitcher for Tri-County has done a good job. He's only given up 2 base hits to MRA through the first 3 innings. Ball 1 to Simmons. Strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. I mean, MRA's hit 1 ball, 2 balls out of the infield. They've hit a fly ball to center. They've had a single to left. There's a foul out of play down the first base line, so 1 and 2. They've had a walk. So, they've not made good contact really on the ball. A lot of 3 times have hit back to the pitcher already in this game, so they're not really squared anything up. 1 ball, 2 strike count to Simmons. Just low, evens the count up 2 and 2. 3 consecutive seniors coming up to bat here for MRA. Simmons calls time again. Down looking goes Simmons for the 2nd time in the ball game. Barlow drew a walk, had a good at bat, fouled off a number of pitches, and ultimately drew a walk back to lead off the 2nd inning. The only walk that MRA has had in this ball game. Fouled out of play for strike 1. Burgess delivered in the mound, so Barlow called time. Wooten on deck. It's low, ball 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Strike 2 on the inside corner. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the 4th. MRA trailing 2-0. Down on strikes as a changeup gets Barlow. So back-to-back strikeouts for Burgess. In steps the lone lefty in the lineup today. Infield moves way in. Strike 1 to Wooten. So if Wooten can get it squared up, she could probably shoot it through the infield, as the infield moved in and the outfield has moved in. Fouls a piece of it. So 0-2. Just gets a piece of it to the first baseman, to the pitcher. So 1-3, ground out ends the threat. So 1-2-3 inning for Tri-County, and after 4, they lead 2-0, and we'll be back after this.
Ravens have it this year. Can Lamar get it done?
They're trying to write us off. Y'all got it? Tell hard.
Oh, you know we got it. Yup. That's right.
Oh, you know we got it. That goal. Oh, you know we got it. That fight. Oh, you know we got it. Y'all ready? Oh, you know we got it. Let's get it. Let's get it. He ain't never gonna stop us. 'Cause
All right, we are back here at campus of MRA. Pitching change for the Lady Pats. Brooke Beausarge comes in here as we get to the top of the 5th. And Sienna Smith is now playing shortstop. So we'll set the defensive alignment for you. 1 pitch, hit back to Beausarge. Then they just got her on a 1-3. Put out. So you have Beausarge pitching, Simmons catching, Barlow at first, Hawkins is at second, Smith is now at short, Eliza Reynolds is still at third, May Dismuke is now in left, Wooten in center, Laney May in right. Back to the top of the order we go. Ball 1 to Summer DeVille. DeVille 0 for 2, flew out to center and grounded back out to the pitcher. There's a single to left, to right. So in comes Grantham, who hit one softly to right field and then just flew out of the box. So if you're an outfielder, you have to be ready, because she gets it on the ground, she's going to be jetting for the bases. High, ball 1. So the MRA outfield plays significantly deeper than the Tri-County outfield does. High, ball 2. It hits her, so hit by pitch. So down to first goes Grantham, advancing to second goes DeVille. And in steps Reagan Jones, who's walked and struck out looking. High, ball one. Beausard's trying to find the zone. The first batter swung at the first one. Then it's been 3 consecutive balls. It's 4 consecutive balls. So 2 on, 1 out, 2-0 count to Jones. 3-0 count. Danger of this game getting away from MRA as they just have done nothing offensively. There's a strike. Jones taking all the way. So 3-1. And both runners steal. So now you have runners at second and third. A foul out of play off the top of the Tri-County dugout, so the count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. High, ball 4. So bases are now loaded with only 1 out. The opposing pitcher coming up, who is flown out to right and flown out to center. Out to the pitching circle goes Macy Funderburk to have a conversation with Beausard. A few different conferences going on. Third and short, first and second. The 3 outfielders conversing with one another. Chrissy Jo Simmons, the catcher, remained behind home plate. So you have DeVille at first. You have Grantham at second. You have Jones at first. 1 out. Georgia Burgess, the opposing pitcher, who's flown out twice. If she does that again, she's going to have a sacrifice fly. Takes high, ball 1. High, ball 2. I mean, in softball, you could bring Smith back in. She could pitch again. Of course, she's playing short right now. High, ball 3. So 3-0 count, and there's nowhere to put her. Four-pitch walk. She overthrew that one. So walks in a run, which makes it 3-0. And in steps Reimer, who was grounded out to short and walked. Big swing and a miss there by Reimer. So 3-0. Tri-County here in the top of the 5th and still threatening with bases loaded. Ball 1. So Stampley coming back from the bullpen. Ball 2, and that's off the glove of Simmons. So everyone advances, so another run scores. 4-0 now. Runners at second and third with one out. Here's a bunt caught by Beausarge. So 2 outs now in the inning. In steps Brantley Berry, who is grounded out to third and singled to right. There's one hit to center. Wooten comes in, makes the catch. So they score 2, they strand 2, but after 4.5, Tri-County leads 4-0, and we'll be back after this.
Great design doesn't just shape buildings, it shapes communities. At M3A Architecture, we believe every project tells a story. From concept to completion, our team brings vision, precision, and purpose to every space we create. Whether it's education, community-focused athletic facilities, or commercial design, M3A Architecture delivers innovative solutions built to last. M3A Architecture, designing with intention, building for the future.
Small-town courtrooms to the Mississippi Supreme Court. Our attorneys have over 60 years' experience litigating cases all across Mississippi. The odds say you'll need an attorney at some point. And when you do, you can have the home field advantage with your hometown lawyers right around the corner from MRA. Gladden and Ingram, attorneys at law.
And we are back. So Sonny Hawkins hitting for Abby Fisher. Takes strike one. Strike two. Eliza Reynolds and Laney May, the next two in the order. High and outside, ball one. Down on strikes goes Hawkins. So Reynolds steps in. She's 0 for 1. High, ball one. So again, the offense for MRA has been on summer vacation still today, as classes don't start till Thursday here at the school. Fouled off, strike one. I mean, the most batters MRA's brought up in an inning is 4. Can't win a ball game that way. Strike two to Reynolds. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Down looking goes Reynolds. So back-to-back strikeouts for Burgess, which gives her I believe 8 on the day. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 strikeouts through 14 outs. There's a bunt made. Good bunt, right? Safe. So May lays down a great bunt and beats it out. So an infield single for May. And you flip back to the top of the order, and May Dismuke. Low ball 1. Again, MRA's had a 1 runner get to third, 1 runner get to second. Now you've had 2 get to first. That's it in the game. Can't win a ball game that way, folks. Foul back, 1 ball, 1 strike. So 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning. Laney May stands at first after a really good bunt. May Dismuke batting as the number 1 leadoff batter for the squad, but MRA trailing. I have 4-0. The scoreboard has 5-0. Fouled back again by May, so 1-2. But Game Changer has 5-0. So I have to figure out who they're saying scored that 5th run. Just getting a piece of it is Dismuke. High, and it gets away pass ball, so that lets May go down to second, evens the count up at 2-2. Here's a little one. It's going to get down, so that's a single to left field. No, May is, she started, she stopped, but she is going to score, so NRA gets the 0 off of the scoreboard. So a single by Dismuke. So high ball 1. Beausard's the number 2 hole hitter, and the third in the lineup is Sienna Smith on deck, who has a single in this game as well. You'd like to finally put some pressure on the pitcher. Right, strike. This is really, a couple times they've had runners in scoring position have been with 2 outs. Finally, Dismuke came through. We finally got that timely 2-out base hit to score the first run for MRA. High. So 2 balls, 1 strike. Chopper fielded by the shortstop, 6-3 put out. So that ends the threat. MRA scores 1, strands 1, and trails after 5. And we'll be back after this.
Introducing the all-new Acura ADX.
Take your vibes and go, 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 go. Take your vibes and go.
Hey Google, turn it up.
Take your vibes and go. And go. Take your vibes and go, go.
The all-new Acura ADX. Crafted to match your energy.
Take your vibes and go.
Motion is what connects us to our world, to each other, and us. We were born to keep you in motion, however you decide to do so.
We carry a wide variety of Continental passenger and light truck SUV tires. Take to the road with confidence and install Continental brand tires on your vehicle today.
Tire Pros. Love the drive.
We're back here in the top of the 6th inning. Bosarge continues to pitch. Starts it off with a strike to the number 7 hitter. Ball. That's low, ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk to Presley Riley. Merritt Jordan, the number 9 hole hitter, is hit into a fielder's choice and then grounded out back to the pitcher. Courtesy runner coming in for Presley Riley. Number 35. High. That's 5 straight balls by Bosarge. Foul down the third base line. Evens the count up. 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 out, runner at first for Tri-County here in the top of the 6th inning. Outside, ball 2. So the sun has set, so everyone's in shadows now. It's high, ball 3. Bosarge just struggling to find that release point. And it seems like she's trying to compensate by overthrowing it. There's a bunt back to the pitcher. So 1-3. Sacrifice, which puts number 35, the courtesy runner, at second now with 2 outs. So DeVille steps up. She singled to right field in her last at bat. Takes high, ball 1. One hit to the gap. Wooten goes back, and that ball's over the fence. It's a 2-run home run. Coach Parvin walking out to talk to Bosarge. So Paige Stampley comes in to pitch now. I have it 6-1. Game Changer has it 7-1. But not been a good home opener for the Lady Pats. It is not a district game. You know, it's the divisions, excuse me, districts were redone for this calendar year. So we will play the likes of JA, Hartfield, Prep in our district. But when it comes to the playoffs, we go north with JA in St. Joe, in Bayou, in Starkville Academy, and Pillow Academy, and Magnolia Heights, whereas Hartfield and Prep go to the south with the likes of East Rankin and Simpson Academy and Copiah Academy, Park Lane, and Oak Forest. So this is not a district game for us. Friday we host Brookhaven Academy. Varsity's actually going to play first at that game at 4 o'clock. It's not a district game either. Swing and a miss, big cut by Shea Grantham. Strike one. High. Ball one. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. The scoreboard now reflects 6-1. That's high, well high, like out of the reach of the catcher Simmons. So 2-1. So Tri-County was shut out for the first 2 innings, but then played it 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th. They've played it 2 in the 6th here. MRA shut out for the first 4 innings, then finally scored 1. That's high, so 3-1. Count to Shea Grantham. He's got a lot of speed for Tri-County. That was not ball 4. So I don't know why she's... That's ball 3. That's ball 3. That was a 3. It's a 3-1 count. It is not a ball 4, so she has to go back. So So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the 6th, 6-1. Tri-County. That's ball 4. So Jones has walked twice and struck out. I would expect Grantham to be off with this pitch and takes a big lead but doesn't go. That's strike 1 to Jones. She's gone there, and that's a pitch that was high and outside, so there's nothing that Simmons could do with it. So a stolen base for Grantham. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner in scoring position. That's got her. Oh, they called her safe. That is a bunch of malarkey is what that is, folks. field umpire who has a terrible view as he's basically standing over at second trying to make a safer out call at third. Terrible call. Three and one count to Jones. The MRA pitchers have not had their best stuff. First 2 innings, we were good. After that, the wheels have somewhat fallen off. That's a ball, so ball 4. Really, in Grantham really was eyeing what Jones was going to do. So, again, the opposing pitcher steps in, who's flown out to right, flown out to center, and walked. So you would expect Jones to be off this pitch with first and third and 2 outs. And Stampley really trying to find her groove and rolls one in. That's a wild pitch, which lets a run score. So Macy Funderburk, the pitching coach, coming out to have a conversation with Stampley. I mean, that's all your pitchers, folks. May Dismuke used to pitch, Rosemary Wooten used to pitch, but I think the coaching staff made a decision this offseason that they were going to let those two not worry about pitching this season. So you've got Smith, Bosarge, Stampley. So you ride or die with those 3. So runner at second, 2 outs, 3 runs already in here in the top of the 6th inning. There's a strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Burgess. But unless MRA does something fabulous in the 6th and 7th innings, this is going to be a wake-up call for the squad. And that one goes all the way to the backstop. I mean, 5 feet above the catcher. And then low, so it's a 3-1 count. And that one falls short too, so that's another walk. So again, runners at the corners. So Smith looks like she's going to come back in to pitch. So Stampley's out. Smith is going back into pitch. Bosarge is probably going to go to left, exactly. Dismuke's going to come to short. I mean, you've got to get this final out or you're in jeopardy of getting run ruled at your home opener. But the good news is it's not a district game. It's not a conference game. It's just a game that's going to count in the standings. And for all this stress, it is time for a Nerds Gummy Cluster, folks, thanks to my granddaughter. number 20's pitching, so they've kind of emptied the dugout because this is where Reimer would be. She took ball 1. Burgess stole second. Foul back. Strike 1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, runners at second and third. 7-1, Tri-County. That's a strike, so Smith ahead, 1 ball and 2 strikes. There's a little flare, foul, and out of play down the left field line. Payoff pitch low. So the count goes even. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled off. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 on here in the top of the 6th. MRA trailing 7-1. Just high, so the count goes full. So number 20 represents the 8th batter of the inning. Boom, down on strike she goes. So MRA ends the damage, but not before giving up 3 runs. So they'll go to the bottom of the 6th, trailing 7-1, and we'll be back after this.
Hey, MRA Pats. Did you know that there's no need to go out of the way for your next family take-home meal? We got you covered at Fleetway Market in Gluckstadt. Our state-of-the-art smoker makes the best smoked brisket, chicken, pulled pork, and ribs on this side of the Mississippi. So, let us fuel you up next time you pick up. Fleetway is so proud to support our hometown MRA Pats.
At C-Spire, we've never waited on the future. We've built it. By harnessing the power of advanced technology to transform how we all live and work. Elevating connected living, accelerating tomorrow's business growth, and leading the AI revolution. All while staying true to our core purpose. You. Think we're done? Just wait. There's more to see. C-Spire. Customer inspired.
And we're back. Bottom of the 6th inning. MRA better wake up the bats as they trail 7-1, 3, 4, and 5 hitters. Coming up, Smith with one of the couple of hits in the ball game for MRA. That was way back in the 1st inning. Takes low ball 1. Chopper hit to 3rd, so 5-3 ground out. So MRA, if they don't score anymore, or if they don't score at least 2, this is going to be their lowest offensive output of the season, as they scored 10, then 3, then 5, and right now they're sitting on 1. Chrissy Jo Simmons steps in. She's tying her left shoe right now. Stella Barlow on deck. Strike one to Simmons. Ball one. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. MRA needs base runners and needs a lot of them. With 5 outs to go in this ball game. Low ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of 6. MRA trailing by half a dozen. 3-1. Chopper back to the pitcher, fielded, thrown for the 1-3 put out.
Now batting Stella Barlow.
So Barlow, who's I think the only walk for the team back in the 2nd inning, was stranded at 2nd. Low ball 1. Chopper fielded by 2nd. Safe. The first baseman was not on the bag, so the first baseman, that's really an E3 because if they're standing on the base, that's an out. I mean, first made a move for the ball, couldn't get there, and then just didn't get back to the bag in time. So Wooten steps up. She's grounded back to the pitcher. Her 2 at-bats. The only lefty in the lineup today. Takes strike 1. Barlow steals 2nd. I'd really be tempted just to let Wooten try to lay down a bunt. Ball 1. Ball 2. Be nice for Wooten to find a way to get on. So 2-1 count, 2 outs. Barlow at 2nd. Here in the bottom of 6, I'm already trailing by 6 runs. Fouled by Wooten, so 2-2. High, ball 3, so the count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at 2nd. Here in the bottom of the 6th, MRA trailing by half a dozen runs. Hit to the second baseman for a 4-3 ground out, so that ends the threat. So MRA trailing by 6 as we go to the top of the 7th, and we'll be back.
Hey, my name is Catherine Moss. I'm head of sales at Mississippi Smart Homes. And the problem with smart home technology is that a lot of people don't know it's out there and they don't know how to use it. That's why we have a showroom located in Ridgeland, Mississippi, where you can touch, see, and feel all of our products. So, if you're interested but don't know where to start, particularly if you're building a new construction, stop by the showroom today. I'd love to help and show you all the full services that we have to offer, because at the end of the day, no one truly does what we do.
Just like Friday Night Lights, we're all about protecting what matters most: our families, our neighbors, and our community.
At Meeks Cockcroft Agency, we're proud to serve the people who build our town, from general contractors and subcontractors to local business owners.
From personal insurance to full-scale business coverage, we're here for it all.
We're local, we're independent, and we're here when it counts.
From the sidelines to the job site, let Meeks Cockcroft Agency elevate your insurance experience today.
Back, we go to the top of the 7th. Not been a pretty day here at the ball field so far for the Lady Pats as they trail 7-1. Sienna Smith back in pitching. We've cycled through all 3 of our varsity pitchers here. So Barry steps in, the center fielder. She's 1 for 3. Low, ball 1. So 7, 8, 9 in the order for MRA when we get to the bottom of the 7th. High ball 2. Walks and a bunch of silent bats have really harmed the Pats today. Given up a bunch of walks and just have not been able to wake their bats up. Swing and a miss. And Tri-County, which was silent for the first 2 innings, just kept chipping away and got timely 2-out hits, drew walks, and just ultimately put the pressure on the MRA pitchers. So Smith battles back and evens the count up at 2-2. Just outside, so the count goes full. This is 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Tri-County and draws a walk. So that is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Nice bunt there. Everyone's going to be safe. And run all the way to third, and it gets away. But a nice job backing up by Laney May. I think you have 7 walks issued in the game by MRA pitchers.
Now batting Presley Riley.
Now you got runners at second and third and no outs. Ball 1. Strike 1-1. So MRA will have to get back to the drawing board and practice on Wednesday and Thursday as they have a home game against Brookhaven Academy. Again, who is not a district game. Actually, Brookhaven is a 3A school this year. Bunt foul. But but they're a very talented squad. So MRA, if they don't want to go 0-2 at home this week, are going to have to figure out a few things between now and Friday. No outs. Runner at second and third. Fouled back by Riley, the first baseman. She has one of those 7 walks issued by MRA pitchers. Fouled back again. Hit the short. They make the throw home safe, so you don't take the out. So you tried to go 6-2, but the runner beats it. I mean, defensive indifference is Riley takes second. Number 22 coming in to pinch hit. 1 ball, 1 strike. Eight to 1. One ball, 1 strike. Little foul out of play. It's off. Actually hits and sticks on the top of the Tri-County dugout. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. And then you flip to the top of the order. All the way to the backstop. So wild pitch allows the runner to score and the runner at second to advance to third. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Foul out of play. Count remains even. I mean, MRA just needs to get 3 outs and get to the finish line. Foul ball down the left field line. So this game we're going to test the intestinal fortitude of the Lady Pats to see how they bounce back in practice and in a game, as you got a long season ahead of you and you've yet to play a district game. So can you only learn from this and improve? Hit to second, 4-3 ground out, but a run scores. Fisher is back in again playing right. So May is in, Laney May left, Rosemary Wooten center. Simmons wanted that strike, but home plate umpire said nope, too low to Reagan Jones, who's walked, struck out, walked, and walked. So 0 for 1, but has been on base 3 times. About the exact same pitch, and he gives the strike that time. Chopper to short, grounded. Safe, beats out the throw from Dismuke. So MRA infield play and deep. There's a strike. Taking second is Jones. There's one hit to right center field, fielded by Fisher. So a double and a run scores. Nice job by Barlow for the 3 unassisted to end mercifully the at-bats for Tri-County, as it's 12-1 as we go to the bottom of the 7th with 7, 8, 9 coming up, and we'll be back.
2 balls and 1 strike to the batter. Here comes the pitch.
Sit somewhere else?
Yeah!
You're too big. I don't care, you're too big.
Here, kick
it. Can't even see.
At Raising Cane's, we focus on making the most craveable chicken finger meals, getting them right every time. That's why we hand batter every chicken finger, mix every cane sauce, butter every Texas toast, stir every slaw, salt every fry, squeeze every lemon, and brew every ounce. We do this inside every Raising Cane's, every day. Because when you do it right, you can taste it in every bite. Raising Cane's chicken fingers, one love.
And we're back for the bottom of the 7th inning. Abby Fisher in. So Fisher, Reynolds, and May, Laney May. Strike 1 to Fisher. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Little line out to third base. I mean, MRA has not truly squared up a ball other than the very first batter. May Dismuke probably hit the hardest ball of the game for MRA back in the bottom of the first. Fly ball, and kind of a fly ball almost on a arcing line to center field. But other than that, they really have just not squared anything up in this game. Hit to the shortstop. She bobbles it. And safe. The E6 puts Reynolds aboard. So it was hit, fielded by the shortstop. Then she dropped it. Reynolds, with her speed, manages to beat the throw. May steps in, Laney May that is. She had a great bunt single back in the 5th inning. Take strike one. Foul. May finds herself in an 0-2 hole. May Dismuke on deck. So Laney May is batting. May Dismuke is on deck. As you flip back to the top of the order. Line drive. No. Caught by the third baseman, who then makes a throwing error, which lets, this is going to be okay as Reynolds makes it to third on the throwing error by the third baseman. So May Dismuke is 1 for 3 in the game. Dribbler off the end of the bat, 4-3, put out. That mercifully ends this absolute throttling of MRA by Tri-County Academy. So they are going to go back to Flora and be able to say we came to the city of Madison and smoked MRA. So MRA falls to 2-1-1 on the season. They play again at home on Friday. Again, varsity is at 4 o'clock on Friday. So varsity plays first, and then JV will play the game thereafter. So let's hope that the Lady Pats can figure out some mojo here in the next 2 days. We appreciate you listening, and we'll be back on the airwaves at 4 o'clock on Friday afternoon. Take care.